I wanna be in the room where it happens. Howdy, y'all. Hey there, sailor. I'm here to do a haul. I am a Florida resident on a very low budget and thus was unable to attend BEA this year. I've been seeing everybody's BEA hauls and like my salty self is like 100% extra jealous. So I decided to film a haul, and these are all the books that I've acquired in the past few weeks, not at BEA. We'll start off with the real boring ones because they don't have covers. So that would be Perfect Match by Jodi Picoult. That's gonna fall where I put it. Saving June by Hannah Harrington. Those two books were acquired at my job. I know nothing about either one of them. I just thought they sounded interesting. I've never read them, obviously. I've never even heard of them. I've never read them. The next three, and these are my most exciting finds, not found at BEA. The Book of Three, which is book 1 in the Prydian Chronicles, I think they are, by Lloyd Alexander. Book 2, which is The Castle of Lear. I think I'm saying that right. That might not even be book 2, TBH. Blah. Book maybe 3, The Black Cauldron, also in this same series. And then I already had Terran Wanderer, which I don't even know where that falls in line with this series. I have to do a little research. I know The Power of Three is book 1 because I've already read that, but I didn't own it. And now I do. Thanks, not BEA. The next book here I have is Never Let Me Go by, and I'm going to have to look at this, Katsuo Ishiguro? I don't know. I am not a good pronunciator, as you will already know if you have been with me long enough. If not, welcome to the land of mispronounced names. The next book that I have is The Winner's Curse by Marie Rutkowski. I'm really late to the Winner's Curse trilogy, Winner's Trilogy train. I'm that guy running behind the train on the tracks, never quite catching up until it stops at like the circus, and then I jump on. That's me with this series. Really weird analogy. Whoa! Speaking of circuses, excellent segue. I have The Night Circus here by Erin Morgenstern. I actually knew that. I don't know why I looked. And this one I actually started today. This is really good so far. Very descriptive. I love it. I think I'm going to be a huge fan. Thanks, not BEA. I recently acquired a hella old copy of A Land Remembered. This is like a staple in Floridian bookstores and life in general, because it's like, I think someone just died in my living room. It's like a book about old Florida. I want to say Miami, like South Florida, and maybe Central Florida where I live. I don't remember. I read this a really long time ago. Thought it was super, super boring, but I love this cover because it looks like an old romance novel, which A Land Remembered, I mean, it has a love story in it, but it's not like a romance novel. But I thought this was pretty cool. So anyway, A Land Remembered. Probably should say the author, by Patrick D. Smith. Next up, another book I know absolutely nothing about. This was a cover by The Tragedy Paper. I hit myself in the glasses again. You would think I would learn by now. And this is by Elizabeth Laban. The next book that I have is Goddess, which is book 3 in the Star-Crossed Trilogy by Josephine Angelini. I have yet to finish book 2, so this was kind of a jump. This was I have to own all 3 because then I'll be more inclined to read book 2, which I still haven't done. Well, I've started it though, so at least I did kind of do it. I got there. Goddess. Thanks, not BEA. The next one that I am super excited for because I started reading this when it first came out and then I never bought it and was unable to finish it, and that's Uprooted by Naomi Novik and Novik? It's a super attractive face. Loved, like, what? I don't even remember how far I got. I'm just gonna completely restart. But yeah, I love this cover. I just love this cover. It's such a throwback to like old fantasy. Smells like new fantasy though. Thanks, not BEA. These were actually purchased at a Goodwill, and I almost died / peed myself. These are old Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew mysteries. I used to love the crap out of these, and I don't know what happened to the ones I had. They're gone. But this was my favorite one, and I actually found it at Goodwill, and this was Double Crossing. It was the first, spoiler alert, the first Nancy Drew book I ever read that had an actual dead body, so I was like super excited back in the day. I was a dark child. And then this one I have never read, don't even care, I'm gonna read it. It's called Shockwaves. What's this one even about? Who cares? The next book I was able to acquire, thanks to not being at BEA, is Wildwood by Posey Graham Evans. Again, this was a book that when it came out, or I think when it came out, when it was at Barnes & Noble in hardcover, I was looking at, never bought it, sounded interesting. It sounded like up the alley of Outlander, and as we all know, I'm Outlander trash. Sounded really good, and anyway, it ended up being at Barnes & Noble paperback at a bargain price, so I had to get it. Another book I received as an ARC and didn't read in advance, although I will say this, that is one of the perks of working for a bookstore. I don't have to read the ARCs in advance. I've had someone mention that to me, like, oh, you're doing a disservice to the author. Which, had they sent this to me personally and I hadn't read it, then yes, I would get your point. That's not cool. But they didn't. They just sent it to the store as they send it to the store so that they can give to their employees, and then they disperse them as such. I acquired this one, The Versions of Us. Ugh. And from what I remember, this is like a what-if story, like here's what happened and then here's what could have happened. I don't even know for sure. But this sounded really interesting. I remember reading about it before it came out, and I think it is out now because, you know, me. And this is by Laura Barnett. And last but certainly not least, 10,000 Pastas. Got this in clearance, and look at this. You can make 10,000 pastas. Don't mind if I do. Thanks, not BEA. So this has been a super salty extra version of a haul. As you can tell, I am very bitter, very disheartened by the fact that I could not attend BEA this year. I fully intend on going next year, and we'll see. We'll see how that pans out. I say things all the time. I say I'm gonna go somewhere and I don't. You don't know me. Really shouldn't call myself out like that to myself. I did want to say a little bit of an announcement of sorts. I do live in the Brevard area of Florida, which is a place in Central Florida. If you are a YouTuber, booktuber, book blogger, whatever the case may be, the weekend of June 10th through the 12th, the West Melbourne location of Barnes & Noble will be hosting what we're calling B-Fest, and it is actually kind of Barnes & Noble's homage to Y'all Fest and BEA. It's like our own version that we're doing. It is a nationwide event, so you can attend at any local Barnes & Noble. I will be I will be helping to host the one in West Melbourne. It is a YA fest specifically. We do, author signings. We're going to try to put together like a YouTube panel because we've got some coworkers of mine that do booktube as well. So we're going to put this all together. And like I said, the weekend of June 10th through the 12th, if you're in the area, come on by. Like I said, if you're a YouTuber or a booktuber rather, or a book blogger, get back to me, and I'm doing my best to kind of herd us all together, and so we can kind of host our own little panel about booktube and books in general, and like the YA genre of books. So anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Ooh, ghost hands. This is the thumb to nowhere. Hello. The flowers behind me look like I have a thing growing out of my headband. I don't. I mean, I could, but I don't. Let's be friends. I love having friends, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!